I looked back at 3 years of decisions and realized I'd been blind to one specific pattern. The same mistake, wearing different costumes over and over. I only saw it because I'd been writing it down. The reason you keep repeating the same mistakes isn't a lack of willpower, it's a lack of architecture. In the last episode, we explored the theory, how archetypal frameworks crack open your blind spots and force you to see decisions from angles you'd normally ignore. Today, we build the machine. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete decision ritual, a repeatable practice you can use tonight, whether you own a card deck, a blank notebook, or nothing but 10 quiet minutes. No mysticism, just structure that works. And to make this concrete, we're going to build the whole thing around one decision you'll recognize. Should I quit my job? Here's the problem we're solving. Decades of cognitive science have confirmed what you already suspect. Under pressure, your brain defaults to 2 or 3 shortcuts: what's recent, what's emotional, and what confirms what you already believe. Knowing this doesn't fix it. You need a practice, a structure that physically routes your thinking through different lenses before you commit. That's what a decision ritual is, not a ceremony, a protocol. How do you build one that fits your life? 5 components. Each stands alone, but together they compound. And the 5th, the one most people skip, is the one that changes everything. First, your ritual needs a trigger. Not every decision deserves a ritual. Choosing between Thai food and pizza? Skip it. But choosing whether to quit your job, end a relationship, make a major investment, or change strategic direction, that's where the ritual earns its keep. Here's a simple threshold test. If a decision will still matter in 6 months, it qualifies. If it involves trade-offs you can't easily reverse, it qualifies. If you notice you've been avoiding making it, circling it, thinking about it in the shower, losing sleep, it definitely qualifies. Take our running example. Should I quit my job? Has it mattered for more than a week? Yes. You've been thinking about it for months. Is it easily reversible? No. Once you're out, you're out. Have you been avoiding a final answer? Almost certainly. That's 3 triggers. The ritual fires. Write down your trigger criteria. Literally, 3 to 5 conditions that tell you this is a ritual-grade decision. Keep it somewhere you'll see it. The first step in any good system is knowing when to activate it. This is the core engine, the part that does the actual cognitive work. Whether you use archetypal cards, a journal, or sticky notes on a wall, the mechanism is the same. You assign distinct perspectives to positions, and you think through each one separately before synthesizing. Here's a starter framework anyone can use tonight. 5 lenses, 5 questions, and each one has a shadow, a failure mode that tells you when that lens is distorting instead of clarifying. The architect. What would the most rational, long-term builder do here? Strip away emotion. What does the 10-year plan say? For our quit my job example, the architect maps the financial runway, the career trajectory, the opportunity cost of staying versus leaving. Pure structure. Shadow, analysis, paralysis. If the architect keeps asking for more data and never reaches a verdict, it's no longer thinking, it's hiding. The exile. What am I afraid to lose? What attachment is distorting my judgment? Applied to quitting, is it the paycheck, the identity, the team? The thing you're clinging to hardest is the thing most worth examining. Shadow, catastrophizing. The exile can turn every potential loss into an existential threat. The trickster. What's the option nobody's considered? What would I do if all the serious options were off the table? This is the most fun lens and the most underrated. For our example, the trickster might ask, what if you don't quit or stay? What if you negotiate a 3-month sabbatical? What if you pitch your side project to your current boss as an internal venture? What if you take a demotion on purpose to free up mental bandwidth? Trickster options sound absurd at first, but they have a strange track record of outperforming the mature choices because they bypass the false binary that was trapping you. Shadow, escapism. If the trickster's answer is always blow it up and run, it's not creative thinking. It's avoidance wearing a clever disguise, the guardian. Who else does this decision affect? What am I not seeing because I'm focused on myself? Does your partner depend on your insurance? Would your exit tank a project your team has invested in? Shadow. Self-sacrifice. When the guardian consistently overrides your own needs for everyone else's, it's no longer wisdom. It's disappearing. The Oracle. If I knew how this plays out, if I could fast forward 3 years, which choice would I wish I'd made? The Oracle is your future self, reporting back, for quitting. If you're 65 looking back, which version of this story do you want to tell? Shadow. Nostalgia bias. The Oracle can romanticize futures that were never realistic, ground it with specifics. Now, if you have a card deck, draw randomly for each position. The randomness breaks your default patterns, but you don't need cards. A journal page with these 5 headings does the same cognitive work. The power is in the constraint, thinking through one lens at a time instead of letting your brain collapse everything into a single gut reaction. Quick reality check. If this feels like a lot of steps, it isn't. The 5 lenses take about 6 minutes. You're writing a sentence or 2 per lens, not essays, fast enough to actually use, slow enough to catch what your gut misses. Now, here's where it gets sharp. Once you've worked through your 5 lenses, pick the 2 options that feel most alive, the 2 you're genuinely torn between. And for each one, write a 3-sentence scenario. Sentence 1, I chose this, and in 3 months, the best realistic outcome is... Sentence 2, I chose this, and in 3 months, the worst realistic outcome is... Sentence 3, the thing I'd regret most about this choice is... Let's run it. Option A, you quit. Best outcome, you're 3 months into a new role that uses skills you'd been warehousing. Worst outcome, the job market is harder than expected and you're burning savings. Regret. I'd regret leaving before I knew whether a direct conversation with my manager could have fixed it. Option B, you stay. Best outcome, you negotiate a new scope and the frustration dissolves. Worst outcome, nothing changes, and now you've lost 3 months of momentum. Regret. I'd regret being 60 and knowing I chose comfort over the version of my career I actually wanted. This is micro-scenario planning. Simplified, but it works because it forces your brain to simulate forward instead of spinning in the present. Pay close attention to sentence 3. Regret is one of the most reliable signals your subconscious has for revealing what you actually value. If the regret you write surprises you, if it's not what you expected, that's information. Possibly the most important information in the whole ritual. Here's a way to sharpen this. Lay both regret sentences side by side and build what I call a regret heat map. Rate each one on a simple 1 to 5 intensity scale. How visceral is it? How specific? Look at our example. I'd regret leaving before I had a conversation with my manager. That's maybe a 2. Procedural, fixable. I'd regret being 60 and knowing I chose comfort over the career I actually wanted. That's a 5. Identity level, the kind that echoes. The heat map doesn't tell you which option is better. It tells you which option is you. When one scores a 5 and the other scores a 2, you're not looking at a logical comparison anymore. You're looking at a mirror. Here's where most people rush, and where the ritual gets its real power. After the lens spread and micro-scenarios, you stop. Close the journal. Sleep on it. This is not optional. Neuroscience calls what happens next memory consolidation. During sleep, your brain reorganizes the information you fed it. Emotional charge fades. New connections form. A problem looking different in the morning isn't a cliché. It's biology. Come back the next day. Read your notes cold like a stranger wrote them. One path will often look obviously clearer. And if it doesn't, if both options still feel genuinely equal, that's a signal too. It usually means the decision matters less than you think, and you should focus on how you'll adapt after choosing. So here's the full protocol. Trigger, lenses, micro-scenarios with the regret heat map, the overnight rule, and the decision log. 5 steps. The first 4 take about 20 minutes across 2 sittings. The 5th takes 5 minutes, months later. And it's the one that makes the whole system self-correcting. Let me show you exactly what this looks like. Here's a real entry structure. Day 1, you write 3 things: the decision you're facing, the option you chose, and why, in one honest sentence, not the reason you'd tell someone else, the real one. 3 months later, you come back and write 3 more things: what actually happened, what you didn't anticipate, and this is the key: which archetype lens you wish you'd spent more time with. That's it. 6 sentences total, split across time. It takes 5 minutes. But when you have 5 or 10 of these stacked up, you'll start to see patterns that no amount of introspection in the moment can reveal. Maybe you always underweight the guardian. Maybe your trickster options consistently outperform the safe ones. Maybe your regret heatmap scores are eerily predictive. That's the compound interest. Not the individual entry, but the accumulation. Self-knowledge you cannot get any other way. Not from therapy, not from reading, not from advice, only from structured reflection on your own real choices. The signpost to watch? Your first 3 entries in the decision log. If you make it to 3, you'll almost certainly keep going, because by then, you'll have seen something about yourself that changes how you approach everything after. Here's what I want to leave you with. Most decision-making advice treats you like a broken machine that needs better software, but the real leverage isn't in knowing more. It's in creating a space where your own thinking can unfold, slowly, from multiple angles, without the pressure to perform certainty you don't feel. A ritual does that, not because it's magical, because it's structural. You don't need to buy anything. You don't need to believe anything. 10 minutes, 5 lenses, and the willingness to be surprised by your own answers. If you tried the lens spread from this video, here's my challenge. Which of these 5 lenses is your weakest? Not the one that's hardest, the one you consistently skip, the one that makes you uncomfortable. That's the lens you need to start with tonight. Drop it in the comments. I'll bet there's a pattern in what this audience avoids. And if you missed the theory behind all of this, why archetypes work, what they're actually doing to your cognition, that's episode 1. Link is in the description.